But game number 2 is here in the finals of the Go4sc2 Cup Premium, number 3 of the month August, the second to last in this month. So you definitely do want to qualify for the monthly finals, because in the monthly finals there is 600 euros of prize money for the taken. And let's introduce our players right now. Spawning at the 9 o'clock position as our red Zerg player from Team Acer is the one and only Bly. And his opponent, who has spawned in the 5 o'clock position as our yellow Zerg player from Good Game Russia, it is Revolver. Now let's see. Bly is not looking to take a long game right here. They were talking about a little bit of strategy, I guess, here. Both players must understand Russian. But we will see a spawning pool, a 10 pool countdown from Bly. He's even going to get his gas. He's going to let it finish or just use the time? No, he's going to let it finish. So this might be a 10 pool, 10 gas, 10 Baneling nest even. But he wants to put on some very early aggression on Revolver. Revolver this time, however, is going for the spawning pool first. I have seen him go for that hatchery first pretty much every game. But now when he's with his back against the wall, he will play it a little bit safer. And he will be able to defend against the 10 pool pretty nicely. There are 6 Zerglings already on the way for... there are already going to be 6 Zerglings on the way for Bly. His Baneling nest has started. No Zergling speed has been started just yet. But we are going to see a few Zerglings being made. Quite a few Zerglings being made for Bly. That natural base is going to come down for Revolver. Bly has already scouted his opponent, knows exactly where he should send those Zerglings. And is Revolver going to spot them with his Overlord? Oh, he is going to spot them. If they would have just taken the path on the other side. And he knows that it is a 10 pool. He knows that Zerglings are going to come. His spawning pool is done. His Spinecrawl is being built. But I'm not quite sure about the location, because Zerglings can still poke away at it. But with their own Zerglings of Revolver coming out, it should not really be a problem. Banelings being morphed in the back of that base. Did he already see them? He did not have vision there just yet. He caught a glimpse right there, but was he paying attention to it? That is, of course, the biggest question. Now 3 Banelings are gonna be done. Oh, come on. Bly will take the win on the low ground. The Banelings are moving forward. Revolver trying to micro against those Banelings, splitting off one Zergling at a time. And really keeping Bly busy as much as possible, so the Zerglings are not going to go for that hatchery. Because having that hatchery finish is going to grant you quite a bit of extra income. One Baneling will detonate right there. Another Baneling will get 3 Zerglings right there. That's pretty much all that Bly really wanted there. And we do see drones on the production tab. Bly is transitioning out of this pretty quickly. But will he be able to get the natural base before anything really bad happens? The last Zergling of Revolver will get picked off. There's still a Baneling here, but the Spinecrawler has already rooted itself. The natural base was picked off. But behind this, Bly did not start his own natural base just yet. He did not do devastating damage. It is still relatively equal. And the natural base for Revolver immediately being rebuilt. Also, the queens are here, and there's still a tech advantage for Bly. But he's also going to go for his Zergling speed right now. And his hatchery will also come down, but he's not looking to go into the long game, I do believe. Once he has those 300 minerals, he will put down the hatchery. And now, Bly's just waiting for that Zergling speed, for some extra drones to pop out, for a little bit better economy. And then he's going to go into full Zergling mode, I would imagine. But there are already 3 queens out. There's a Spinecrawler here for the defense. Denying the creep can already be pretty important, but he does not want to lose Zerglings over it. So he did poke it once. That is all that he's going to be able to get. Now Revolver will just stay defensive for a little bit. Did he confirm that the natural base did come down? Let's have a double check right there. Yeah, he did see that it was being constructed. So he knows that it's not a full one base all-in coming from Bly. And Bly has actually been producing quite a few drones. He's getting another queen out. So he can send that first queen down after the inject to go and start injecting at his natural base. So still a pretty equal opening. Supply is pretty much dead even. just because Revolver made the Roach Warren right now. Oh, will he be able to get a cancel on that? Would be very nice. With 3 queens, no, 2 queens are in position and a Spinecrawler. Enough damage output to get rid of those low hit points Zerglings. But still, Revolver does not have Zergling speed. He has taken double gas. Oh, he will be able to pick off a few of those drones, perhaps. If he focuses them down, he might get 1 or 2, maybe even 3. He really needs to focus on them to make that happen. 4 of them still in the base. Is he going to make 2 Banelings? It would be very nice to see him do that, but the queens are on top of it. They're getting pretty high on energy too. So even transfuses are going to be possible, and those Zerglings are not going to be able to do enough. But no more queens at the natural now, however. It's going to miss a few of those injects, and those Zerglings of Bly just so annoying. And the tech up from Bly into the lair already. He's going to have a very nice tech advantage, but he's still a little bit behind in the economy. He's working very hard to keep those Zerglings alive inside the main base of Revolver. But they are getting pretty low on health, and another Zergling will fall. Going for the pick off, forcing a little bit of more lost mining time, but nothing too significant at all. And Bly is not opting to go for a lot of Zerglings. He's just gassing up. Oh, that sounds so incredibly bad. But he's getting a lot of gas. He's going to go and follow this up with the Mutalisk. There's no other explanation than Mutalisk at this point. So once that lair is done, he's going to go full Mutalisk mode. And Revolver is still fighting a little bit in the dark. He does have that Roach Warren. He's producing 8 roaches. And if he can hit a timing, it's going to be amazing for him. But he's not going to have roach speed. He's not going to have +1. He does not have an evolution chamber. Revolver, in fact, going for the Baneling nest right now. But against Mutalisk, Banelings don't do a whole lot. And the Spire has now been put down in the back of the mineral line at the main base. And the gas saving will start. Bly did want to go for a 3rd base, but that is not really going to happen. He needs to defend against this because there's a lot of roaches on the way, and he needs those Spinecrawlers desperately. He cannot defend with his own... well, he has to make a lot of Zerglings now too, and a lot of Banelings to get some initial damage done, but he cannot defend with his own roach because he doesn't have a Roach Warren. Also, he wants to save as much gas as possible. Oh, he needs to buy time. A lot of those Spinecrawlers are about to finish up, and they will do a lot of damage. But there's not even transfuse energy on the screens. Oh wow, that is a little bit positive right there for Bly. He cancels 3 of his Spinecrawlers, and those are going to be needed. Does he not see this? Oh, he does see it with his Overlord. But he feels comfortable just defending like this. He just wants to buy a lot of time. A lot of Banelings already wasted at this point. Spinecrawlers are perfectly placed actually, and there are 6 Mutalisks on the way. As long as the Banelings don't get detrimental damage done, it should all be okay. But 2 Spinecrawlers are down. Only 1 is alive with only a little bit of health left on it. Banelings detonating inside of that natural mineral line. He needs to keep that going. He needs to keep the drones alive, and he needs to keep his natural base alive. This is doing a lot of economic damage. Even a queen for Revolver is here in position for a transfuser too. We'll get focused down because that's the only anti-air that Bly is going to have. 3rd base is not going to happen for Revolver, so Bly will be able to deny that, and Revolver taking up towards a lair too. But there is a lot of damage that these roaches are doing. Worker count currently 42 against not even 20 for Bly. And he's just focusing them down 1 at a time. Even Zerglings chasing the last remaining drones. And Bly is just expanding now everywhere. There's a 3rd base, there's a 4th base on the way. Well, I should say, oh, excuse me. It should be a natural base and a 3rd base on the way because it was taken out. But at least the main base is empty of Revolver again. Drones, oh, another drone will fall. More, and the Mutalisks are just being kept back at home. They cannot just move across the map. Also, the natural base that was being established there is also going to get cancelled by a few of those Zerglings. And the Zerglings are pretty fast units, and they will be able to occupy those Mutalisks for quite some time. And look at how many Spore Crawlers there are going to come up for Revolver. There are 2 in the main base. There's a Spire for Revolver himself. He knows he has the economic lead. And he has set Acer.Bly back to only 1 base economy right now, with only 8 drones remaining. So this is pretty much the only army that Bly has. And once that Spire for Revolver finishes up, he's going to be able to use more drones and more Mutalisks. than Bly has on the map. At least he gets the cancel on the Banelings, but he is not going to win this game for sure. The Zerglings might even be able to pick off this hatchery as a natural base at the 4th base location. And more Zerglings will be streaming forward, just buying some time for Revolver. But Revolver's got this game, and we are going to go into game number 3. Once that Spire just pops and Revolver will be able to spend his money. He's banking 1k, 1k. That's a lot of Mutalisks. Still, the Zerglings are annoying inside the base of Bly. He's trying to drone up a little bit. At least he did manage to hold on to that to the natural base that he's building right there. But it's not going to be enough. He's starving for gas. He needs more gas. Now the Spire is done for Revolver. He's starting another hatchery. And 13 Mutalisks should come through. 11 and the +1 Carapace upgrade is being started. So he's even going to have an upgrade advantage if this game is going to go long. Manor hatcheries are being dropped down everywhere. Wow. And how many Mutalisks are currently on the map for Bly? He has 8 of them. But he's not even going to win the air battle. The hatchery is going to be here for Revolver. It's going to get cancelled, but it's just sending a message. Don't go Mutalisk against me. The roaches will counter it pretty hard. And the Mutalisk of Revolver that have gone unscouted so far until they flew across those overlords. We'll go into the main base. Spore Cross is not going to be in time. Queen will get picked off in no time. There's going to be the GG. Revolver taking game number 2. Bring us to game number 3 as an ace match.